Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365. Okay, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Paramount. It comes in a slipcover edition available at your local and online retailers. Now, as far as the film itself, I absolutely love this movie. It is one of my favorite holiday comedies. Of course, you have the legendary John Candy and Steve Martin as our, main focus. And this is one of those films that's just a perfect storm. It makes a great holiday movie, a comedy. There's some great visual gags that, that I laugh at every time I watch it. And it's a film that at its real core has a ton of heart to it. And I always get emotional in the last couple minutes of the film. It's just one of those movies. And it also has some great quotable lines. We all know the pillows one. And, it's just some of the reactions that we get out of our characters is priceless. I mean, I love this film. Of course, this is a staple for Thanksgiving viewing every year for me. And I'm very happy that a movie like this exists. It's just one of those that makes you feel good. And you go back to it, you pick up some new stuff here and there, and you appreciate the stuff that you've seen a million times before. But yeah, I mean, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is an absolute classic. It really, in my opinion, is just, a cut above the rest. It's one of those films that really is in its own category, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, John Candy, I miss the guy, I do. And it's, I get a little sad every time I watch the film, but you got to appreciate the comedy and the writing and the slapstick. It all works here. And once again, just watch it. It's a fantastic film all around. All right, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment. But first, let's do a quick unboxing. Okay, we have the 4K Ultra HD slipcover edition of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Artwork, it's fine. It actually works pretty well. I like it. And then we have the back and the spine. Interior, and then just the blue and black discs. So yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles on 4K Blu-ray has a 1:5:1 aspect ratio with native 4K resolution and graded with both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. Now, reportedly, the film was given a remaster from Paramount, and I'm honestly dumbfounded that this passed quality control. To say I'm disappointed with how this transfer was handled is a massive understatement. Film grain is wildly inconsistent, mostly due to the flagrant use of DNR. The image is unnaturally smooth in many spots, therefore the 4K resolution loses any possible enhancement to detail in a meaningful way. The softness in the picture may have been excused in previous formats, or even the theatrical experience were the same, but all you have to do is pop in the Blu-ray to see this was definitely not the case. Occasionally, the image does appear to shine through visually, but it's so few and far between you can't help but lament what has happened here. Even when the picture does look as it should, there is a modest, at best, improvement to textures. Having popped in the Blu-ray, the difference is negligible, so is there anything salvageable with this picture? I'll acquiesce that the colors do appear somewhat bolder, but the Dolby Vision seems to be selective in this regard. Dell's blue jacket, the lights inside the cab, and a few landscape shots look nicer. The overall palette, however, isn't going to wow you visually even with the grading. Black levels are favorable. I didn't spot any unnatural elevation or black crush during my viewing. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles on 4K Blu-ray supports a DTS 5.1 audio mix. Not surprisingly, the same audio track was ported over for this new release. This was always a no-frills track, and that continues here. Dialogue is clear through the center with no issues. Musical cues also sound good. The surround track is mostly used for ambience, and depending on the scene, it's fairly consistent. The low end is about what you'd expect for an 80s comedy. It's pretty dormant for the majority of the film, but when the train grinds to a halt, it does offer a low-level rumble. Now, a special note. I've read reports that claim that the back and left right rear surround channels are reversed during the 5.1 playback. I listened to the scene where Neil is running after the cab in the beginning, and just a few minutes later when he meets Dell in the airport. Based off the ambience I heard on the Blu-ray copy, this does appear to be the case. Subtle audio cues do seem to be on the opposite channels. I also listened to the 4K digital copy included, and the audio is correct. Considering how the surround effects are implemented during the film, there isn't a large amount of specific directional cues that would make this overly distracting, but it is something to be aware of. As of this recording, Paramount has not issued a recall. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Planes, Trains, and Automobiles on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray a D. It breaks my heart to say that this transfer for Paramount is subpar at best. DNR rules over the image, producing softness and often scrubbed out grain. This film absolutely deserves better, and unfortunately, we don't get it here. For the audio mix, I'm going to score this one a C-. The DTS 5.1 is neither flashy or robust, but the comedy comes through perfectly clear. Film activity is straightforward in its delivery and delivers a no-frills experience. So that is my review of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in still picking up the 4K copy, I will leave an Amazon link in the comments section, but I will also leave a link for the Blu-ray edition, which I feel unfortunately is the better version of the film. And if you use the link, it definitely helps out the channel. But I also want to hear from you. Did you pick up the 4K? What did you think of the transfer? In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.